You gave big tech access to your entire life, one allow button at a time. Now, in the age of AI, they charge you a subscription to watch them use it. Your emails, your photos, your searches, your location, all wired together and sold back to you as a premium feature. Your personal data became their luxury product. There is no off switch, and I had enough. It is time to de-Google. What follows are the safest open source switches, independently proven, nothing sponsored. Stay until the Maps section. And no, deleting the app will not fix it. Chrome. Everyone has searched something in incognito mode they would never want saved. A medical symptom they were too scared to say out loud. Something personal. Something private. The whole point of the private window is that it stays private. In 2024, Google paid $5 billion because a court confirmed it was never private at all. Chrome had been quietly logging what people looked up, which sites they visited, and how long they stayed during every single incognito session for years. What Google did after getting caught? Deleted the records. What Google did not do? Remove the technology that collected them. An engineer inside the company had written to colleagues back in 2018 that they needed to stop calling it incognito because the name implied something the feature could not deliver. Nobody acted on it. 7 years later, the name has not changed once. In 2025, security researchers confirmed that clicking one wrong link in Chrome was enough to hand a stranger complete access to your device. No download, no warning, no second click. The attack had already been running against real people before a fix was released. Switch to Brave. It looks exactly like Chrome. Every site works, every extension transfers, and it does not watch what you do. Google search. A journalist at TechCrunch overheard a woman on the phone this May explaining why she was switching search engines. Her reason? Google just is not Google anymore. She is not alone. After Google announced at its developer conference in May 2026 that it was replacing traditional search results with AI-generated answers, DuckDuckGo reported a 30% surge in new users in the United States within days. On iPhones, the figure peaked at 70% in a single week. People were not just complaining, they were leaving. What changed? Google removed the blue links, the websites, the sources, the ability to scan real results and decide for yourself what to trust. In their place came AI summaries, answers generated automatically, delivered as fact, with no easy way to see where the information came from. This is the same system that previously recommended adding glue to pizza to keep the cheese from sliding, an answer it pulled from a joke Reddit post and served to millions as genuine cooking advice. DuckDuckGo's CEO said it plainly. Google is force-feeding AI with no way to opt out, and as a result, their results are getting worse, not better. There is no setting that fixes this. Google designed it that way. Switch to DuckDuckGo. They even launched a dedicated AI-free search page for people who just want results without the machine deciding what you should read first. Gmail. Your inbox holds things you have never told anyone directly. The medical appointment you scheduled, the job application you sent at 2 in the morning, the conversation with someone you trust that was never meant for anyone else. In 2018, a newspaper investigation found that hundreds of outside companies had been given access to read Gmail inboxes, and the reading was not always done by software. Real employees at companies you have never heard of were sitting at desks going through real people's private messages. A company called ReturnPath had staff personally read through approximately 8,000 unredacted emails. Another company had employees read through hundreds of users' inboxes to build a new app feature. The way it happened. When you connected a shopping tool or a travel planner to your Gmail account, you clicked a consent screen, and that screen never mentioned that a stranger might read your messages. The US Senate demanded answers from Google's CEO within 10 days of the story breaking. In 2024, Google quietly updated its terms to allow the contents of your Gmail to train its AI products. The update applied to emails you sent years ago. No individual notification went out. Switch to Proton Mail. Based in Switzerland. Even Proton's own team cannot read your messages, not because they choose not to, but because the technology makes it impossible. Google Drive. In 2022, a father in San Francisco photographed a rash on his young son to send to their doctor. He did not post it publicly. He did not share it with anyone. He just backed it up to Google Drive the way millions of people back up their photos every day. Google's automated system flagged the image, decided it violated policy, and deleted his entire account. 10 years of family photos, every email he had ever sent, every file he had ever saved, gone in a single automated decision with no warning, no appeal process, and no number to call. The account only came back after the New York Times reported on the case. Without that story, everything would have stayed gone permanently. What most people do not realize is that Google reads the actual contents of everything stored in Drive, not just scanning for viruses, but reading the text inside documents, scanned receipts, medical paperwork, and tax returns. All of it indexed and retained. In 2021, more than 150,000 government agencies around the world sent legal requests to Google for user data. Google handed information over in the majority of cases. Users were not told. Switch to Proton Drive. Your files are encrypted on your own device before they ever leave your hands. Proton cannot read them, no automated system can flag them, and no government request can reach what is locked to you alone. Google Photos. Think about who is in your photo library. Your children, your parents, your friends, people who have never created a Google account, never downloaded a Google app, and never agreed to be part of any of this. Google Photos scans every image you upload and runs facial recognition on every face it finds, building a permanent tagged record of who appeared where and when. Those people never consented to being identified. They do not know they are in the system, but they are. The location data in your photos is precise enough to show which floor of a building you were in when the shot was taken. That detail came directly from court documents in a case currently before the U.S. Supreme Court. The same filing confirmed that Google kept collecting location data even after users deleted the Maps app, because deleting one app does not stop the others still running. That floor-level precision, those faces, those records of everywhere you and everyone you know has ever been, that is what gets handed to law enforcement when they ask. Switch to Ente Photos. Nothing is scanned, no faces identified, no location mapped, and nothing leaves your device in a form anyone else can read. Free VPNs. In May 2024, the FBI announced it had shut down the largest criminal network in recorded history. 19 million devices used to commit fraud, coordinate cyber attacks, and launder money. Every single one of those devices belonged to someone who thought they had downloaded a privacy app. A free VPN called Paladin VPN had been operating for years with a website that displayed the words 100% no-log data policy. When the FBI seized it, that homepage was replaced with a federal seizure notice. The people who had installed it had their home internet connections secretly converted into tools for criminal operations, which meant their home addresses were appearing in federal fraud investigations for crimes they knew absolutely nothing about. A 2024 investigation of 100 free VPN apps found that nearly 90% of them were leaking user data, and half were routing information directly to TikTok's parent company and to Russia's largest tech firm. The apps promising to protect your privacy were delivering it elsewhere. Switch to Mullvad. €5 a month, no email required to sign up, and when Swedish police raided their office in 2023 and took the servers, they found nothing, because nothing is ever stored. Passwords. In 2022, a hacker found a vulnerability in a media app installed on one employee's personal home laptop. They used it to silently record every keystroke. Then they waited. And when that employee logged into their work account from home, the hacker had everything they needed. That one laptop gave them access to the passwords of roughly 30 million people. Here's the part that barely made the news. The stolen files also contained the name of every website each person had an account with, written in plain text with no protection. Before cracking a single password, the attackers already had a complete picture of each victim's financial life. Which banks, which investment apps, which health platforms, and they knew exactly who to target and in what order. By September 2025, researchers confirmed those vaults were still being cracked and new victims were still losing money. 3 years after the breach, it was still producing damage, and the U.S. Secret Service had already seized $24 million connected to the case. One person's home laptop, 30 million people's passwords. Switch to Bitwarden. Free, open source, and recommended by the U.S. government's own cybersecurity agency. Google Maps. In 2020, police in Arizona asked Google to hand over the location data of every phone that had been near a murder scene. Google sent them a list. A 23-year-old named Jorge Molina was on it. Police arrested him on a murder charge. During interrogation, detectives told him his device was, in their own recorded words, without a doubt at the scene. Jorge spent 6 days in a cell. He lost his job while he was inside. His car was impounded and later repossessed because he could not cover the fees from jail. His estranged stepfather had borrowed the car that day without asking. The real perpetrator was identified. Jorge Molina was released having done absolutely nothing wrong. That same type of request went to Google more than 11,500 times in 2020 alone. Not requests for specific suspects, but requests for lists of every phone near a crime scene belonging to whoever happened to be in the area that day. Court documents filed in a case currently before the U.S. Supreme Court confirmed that Google was still collecting location data from users who had already deleted the Maps app from their phones. Deleting the app does not stop the tracking. Switch to organic maps. Nothing is stored, nothing is transmitted, and no list exists for anyone to request. None of this has to change overnight, and switching even 2 or 3 of these makes a real difference immediately. Most of them cost nothing, and none require any technical knowledge to get running. One thing worth leaving in the comments before you close this. Which one are you switching first, and which one do you think you will never actually give up? For most people, it comes down to Maps or Gmail, and the answer usually surprises them.